What is up, guys? It's Rashad with Bad Beat CCG here. I'm just bringing you a Towa deck that I just played at locals today. Ended up going undefeated, taking first place. We weren't playing like super competitive-ish decks today, so it's just like a little fun day. So I decided to bring this today. I do think this deck is actually really strong, like a lot stronger than people are giving it credit for. So we'll get into the deck. The leader, her permanent is like the AOD leader in Bobbity. It makes the evil or Shadow Warrior cards no specified cost and one less energy when they're in your hand, and they have to be 9 or less. And it also does the Dark Broly cards, but they're black anyway, so they don't really matter. And when she swings, she's got an auto where you can choose to take a life or not and draw a card. And then her Awaken is at 4 or less life. You untap one, draw one. On her backside, permanent is the same exact permanent. And then her auto, when she swings, she gains 5,000 power and draws a card. So she's a 20k leader swing on your turn, which is like really good because that way it's always either a super combo or 2 cards from your opponent for them to defend. And then her once per turn auto down there is when one of your Xeno cards is removed by a skill, you get to draw a card. So that's the leader. And then we'll get into the cards I played today. I played the 1-drop Towa from the expansion packs. This card is like super good. When you play her, you get to add a Dark Dragon Ball from your deck or drop to your hand. So you can get the new Dark Dragon Balls that came out, or you can get any of the parasitic balls since they're Dark Dragon Ball in all area. And then her once per turn, activate main for 2 energy. If you have 3 or more energy, you get to look through your deck or hand and play any of your Shadow Warrior cards, or actually any Xeno card that's an energy cost of 4 or below. So that's a really strong ability that you really want to be using on your turn 3. Next, I played 3 copies of the Unison. This Unison is actually pretty good. I wouldn't play 4 copies of it because you really only want to play it once a game. So it can attack. It is 16k, but it cannot attack because of the permanent. The activate main on it is you choose a Dark Broly card or a non-black Xeno card from your hand or your drop and put it on the bottom of your deck. If you do one from your hand, you get to draw a card. But if you do one from the drop, you do not get to draw a card. The -3 on it is the strongest part of this Unison, and the only reason you play it at the beginning of your turn. If you have 4 more energy, you get to -3 and play 2 Xeno cards from your deck or hand with energy cost of 3 or less. And because of the leader permanent, you can play the 4 cost ones from your hand with this ability. So that's like really strong, being able to play potentially 7 energy worth of cards for free off the Unison. So that's definitely why you play that guy.
Boy, is there a 4-drop.
Oh, yeah, there's a 4-drop. Next, the ball package we play. Just 3 of any parasitic ball. It doesn't matter. You're really never going to actually be activating these balls.
Those are just pretty.
Yeah, they're just pretty. You literally just have these to search and pitch off the Towa for activate main because you cannot pitch a black Dark Dragon Ball for this ability. It has to be colored. But these Dark Dragon Balls here are really good. They have a permanent where they're considered Dark Dragon Ball in all areas, which the name is Dark Dragon Balls anyway. And the activate main on this card, you can only activate it once a turn, but you look at the top 7 cards of your deck and you add a Dark Broly card or a Xeno non-black card, energy cost 9 or below, or a black Unison with 16k power, which is this Unison. So you get to search for any of those 3 cards types off the top of your deck, and it's only once per turn. So that is that little ball package right there that we play. And on to the green cards that I play in my deck.
All these 4-drops can go jump off a cliff.
These cards are all extremely powerful. So first off, we have the Majin Buu, the Shadow Warrior. This Buu is unique. All the Shadow Warrior cards are unique. He also has Barrier, which makes him hard to remove, which is like amazing. So his first auto, when you play this card, you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and you play any Dark Broly or non-black Xeno card with an energy cost of 9 or below. Like, just straight up play it. As long as it's 9 or below, don't pay any energy costs. That's just it.
That's fine. Just anything in your deck for free. Okay.
Then the auto, the once per turn auto, when he's in rest mode, if your opponent attacks your leader, they have to discard 2 cards. So,
and you play him for 3, right? Normally from hand?
Yeah, you're normally paying for 3 for hand for the leader, or if you have the Towa set up, then you play him for 2 off the Towa.
Okay.
Next is arguably the best card of the deck.
Man, I hate this card.
I
It's so
want-
good, though.
I really want to say this package is like the reason this deck is good in my opinion. So we'll get into the 4-drop Slug, the Lord Slug Xeno first. When you play this card, if your opponent doesn't have a unison, it just wipes your board. But the options when you play it are your opponent chooses their unison or their battle cards and just sends them all to the drop. So if they don't have a unison, it just automatically blows the board up. If they choose to blow the board up instead of losing their unison, or they have to blow the board up because they don't have a unison, then both of you draw a card. So they will get a card out of it, but I mean, one card for blowing up the board. Like, this card is literally insane. This card is the reason I won today.
Thanks.
This is literally the best card in the deck. And next is Slug that evolves on top of them. This Slug is extremely good. These are the only cards in the deck that don't have unique, so you can play these back to back.
Aren't they the only two that don't come in the
Yeah,
the
these
the
are the
deck,
only
the
cards that
packs?
don't come in the deck. These are in set 12. So if you want to play this deck and you grab 2 of these, I would highly consider you picking up some set 12 cards to play. These are good. I know a lot of people are playing a Turles Xeno card, so it's really preference. Some people play both. But I think these are the best cards to play in the deck. But the 6-drop Slug has triple strike. You EX evolve on top of the 4-drop for 2 green energies. He has a permanent. When he's in rest mode, your leader can't be attacked, period. And then his auto, which you'll never actually get to use. When he's removed by a skill, you play a Slug with energy cost of 3 from your drop, and you add a Dark Dragon Ball to your hand. So you can get the Dragon Ball back from the drop that you pitch off the Towa, but you don't have a 3-cost Slug to play. And that's that. So yeah, these literally are the best cards.
Would you say that this is a card that because I mentioned it earlier, do you think that that's a card that could start being played in some green decks as a nice tech just outboards?
I do. If you're definitely playing a green deck that can grind, and you know you can get the 4 energy, and you know you have a unison on board, and you have dormant back it up, or you can safely tap out for this, I think this or the AOD unison are both very good choices for like green decks that need to remove boards right now. So if your green deck has a problem clearing boards, I think you should really look into this Slug. And you could probably play this one too, maybe 1 or 2 if you're having problems closing games and clearing boards.
Yeah,
really
25 triple strike ain't nothing to play with.
And the last pack, green card I play are 2 Frieza the Shadow Warriors. This Frieza's
3?
Okay, yeah, 3.
Okay.
It's 2-drop, but you play it for 1 off the leader ability. It's unique like all the rest of them. His permanent is if your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, you can attack their battle cards in active mode. And his auto, once per turn, when he KOs a battle card or removes a marker from a unison, you get to randomly discard a card from your opponent's hand. So he's actually not bad either. I only play 3 for deck space because I play even 50 cards in the deck. And next, we'll get on to some more Lord Slug cards.
This card's also stupid, and so is that one.
So this
All
card,
the Slug cards are dumb.
you can also play turn 1, but you probably don't want to. You don't want the risk of getting blown up while you're tapped out. So it's unique, of course. They're both unique. Yeah, this one's a blocker. They're both blockers. So what his auto says is when he's KO'd or removed from the battle area by a skill, you get to pay 1 energy of any color and play the non-drop Slug directly from your deck. So as early as turn 2, you're bringing out this non-drop Slug, which 25k blocker is really good. So ideally, on your turn 2, you want to charge, play this dude, pass. You want to block their first swing so you can go ahead and jump into the non-drop Slug. So the non-drop Slug is energy exhaust because he's a dual color, green and yellow. Unique blocker. You can also EX evolve him on top of one of these Slugs for 2 energy and draw a card if you play him that way, just in case you get him stuck in your hand and you don't have a unison, because this only plays him from the deck. And then his auto, once per turn, when he KOs a battle card or he blocks, you get to switch him back to active mode. And this one's actually extremely strong, because if he's removed by a skill, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards on the board, a card in their hand, and their unison, and you remove 2 markers from the unison, and then you send 1 battle card from the board and 1 random card from their hand to the drop. So this is another card that takes some cards out of your opponent's hand if they remove it. So it makes it kind of hard to get rid of these guys, because 25k is
They are annoying.
a lot.
I mean, 25k blocker that can block twice is insane.
Yeah, and now they're getting rid of cards to try to clear a blocker so you don't double block. Red cards I played, it's very small. 4 Topo and 1 of the Crit Frieza. The reason I play the Crit Frieza is just to have another red to charge for Topo. I didn't really like the Dark Broly cards in this deck. They take too much energy investment to get into. They're not worth playing, honestly. I mean, you can if you would like to, but I just think playing 50 cards. The 50 cards I'm playing are the better 50 cards to play over the Dark Broly cards, because ideally you're only going to be resolving it maybe once or twice a game, and it's really not that good. Like, it doesn't do much. You get to crit their life one time, and you have the 30k swing, but that's all you're getting out of it. Maybe 2 life.
What does this card do for people that don't know?
Okay, so for people who are newer to the game, this card is fairly new. It just came out in Draft Box 5, I want to say. It's like Champa, but for crit. So when you combo with it, you pay 1 energy any color. It gets 5k combo power, and it gives the card you're swinging with crit. So ideally, if you are actually comboing with this, you want to combo it on the Slug because it's triple strike, and then make your Slug 30k triple strike with no other combo, triple strike crit, because he'll give him crit. So that's like a really good thing to do, especially if your opponent's at 5 life and you have the Slug and you're trying to knock them down before they can awaken. It's really strong for that. So that's why I chose to play this other red card, because if you don't charge it, it's still a really good card. And then of course we play 4 Topo, because this deck plays better slow. You want to kind of grind the game out. You want to stop your opponent from swinging on you. You want to keep your dudes tapped down to where you can keep your pressure off your leader, and then you just want to poke them back, because all your dudes need to be in rest mode for their effects. So you'll be swinging back at them and then stopping them from swinging at you. So that's the reason we play these 5 cards. And then on to the defensive cards of the deck. It's a black leader, so you need a black super combo, but since you're not playing all black energy, this is the better super combo to use instead of any other one. You can just really do any 4 life super combo. It really don't matter as long as it's black. And then 4 Power Burst. Power Burst gets back your Towa, which is the most important card in your deck for cheating your guys out. So that's why we play 4 of this, and then obviously just 4 super combos is super combos. But that is the deck, guys. We appreciate your time. Thank you for watching our videos. We do host tournaments on Tuesdays for Digimon and Thursdays for Dragon Ball. So if you want to check us out, the information will be down in the description, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.